Hi, influencer, and welcome to our series. And today we're going to be talking about what to do when you feel like doing nothing. Now, a lot of us during COVID and the pandemic definitely have had the experience of not feeling like doing anything. You don't want to get out of bed, or you don't want to do, work on the project that you know has to be done. Or you don't want to go out with your friends and socialize in a safe way, of course. And so we start to ask ourselves, why is it that we feel this way? What is really going on inside? And that's what I want to talk to you about today is, what you can do, steps that you can do when you feel this way. First of all, one of the things is if you have to get something done, if it's a must, one of the best things to do is as soon as you wake up and you get out of bed and you have that thought like, oh, I'm so tired and I just want to get back into bed, just really force yourself to get up and get moving and put something on that makes you feel great. Like today, I've got this beautiful yellow top on. It makes me feel sunshine and really vibrant. So put something on that actually gives you a little bit of a lift. And at the same time, note that nothing can give you the lift if your mind doesn't get out of the funk, right? So as an influencer, one of the first things that you want to do every single morning is be aware what thoughts are going through your mind. If the first thoughts that come up are, I don't want to do this, today's going to be a long day, it's so busy, or maybe I'm not busy enough but I still don't feel like doing anything. Just allow those thoughts to go down the river of thought. Really stay focused on what is it that deep inside you do want for your life. What is your soul's calling? What is your mission? And focus more on that rather than all the things that make you tired, because the more that you think about them, the more tired you're going to get. So that's the first part, and it's the foundational part, is really about being aware as an observer, as the Buddha said, and with my book, The Tao Te Ching, the Taoism talks about being the observer of your thoughts and distancing yourself so that you can see what your personal mind movie is actually doing. Right? So when if you want to change things, then you have to first, in the beginning, in the morning, take at least 10 minutes to do things that are going to shift that mindset. Another thing is go and look at a different part of the house or your home, wherever you are, and look at that and just have a different thought, just allow the thoughts to come in that are different and shift the perspective. So the more that you move and the more that you decide, okay, I'm going to look here, now I'm going to look over here while I'm having my cup of coffee or whatever it is that you're doing, you will then start to see that as soon as you focus on another aspect of the environment, your thoughts will begin to change. Another thing is that many people right now are feeling this idea of doing nothing, and they're almost ashamed of it, or they're frustrated by it. And the worst thing that you can do is fall into the emotion of that, because let's face it, this is a new time in history for all of us. We don't really know what's going to happen in the future. A lot of us are, afraid, the uncertainty and all of that. So it plays and it can play havoc on our emotions. So the best way for that not to happen and not to get caught up in everything is, again, to be the observer of your thoughts and to stop it as soon as it comes. And it's not that your thoughts won't stop coming, it's that you stop engaging your thoughts. That's the big difference. You can always choose to stop engaging your thoughts. For instance, if you're, a young single man and you're having all these thoughts, oh, I don't feel like doing anything, I'm going to sleep in, and suddenly, a beautiful girl calls and she says, wow, I really want to meet with you. I can't wait. You've been on my mind. And suddenly, you have energy. So these are things that, we can prove that our energy can actually shift depending on the circumstance. So you want to be more in control of your own personal life, not to be, the addict of your personal mind. And what I mean by addict is we're addicted to our personal thoughts. We are addicted to the negativity, to the blame, to the tiredness, everything else, and so we become so addicted that it becomes our lifestyle and it becomes the norm. So be very clear. I'm going to be very clear that this is not the norm. So if you're taking notes and you write this down, what is your new normal? You need to create the new normal in order to have all of these things shift and change. Another thing you can do when you feel like doing nothing is to tune into your intuition. Start to meditate. Have some time for stillness. Are you actually going within, or are you being distracted by maybe retail therapy or, the next greatest thing that's in your business? And you much like the butterfly, we talk about the butterfly power archetype, that they tend to be distracted easily when they're in their shadow. So when you're distracted, you never actually get into your intuition. And the reason people want to distract is because they actually don't want to change. They're afraid of change. And so if you're not receiving intuition, chances are you have to look back and say, where am I afraid to change here? What am I afraid is going to happen? Because the minute that fear leaves, that's when your intuition will start flooding in. Because the power of fear will always smother your intuition. Not always, but most of the time it will. And so you want your intuition to be breathing, to be living, to be alive and healthy. And so it's very important to catch yourself. Where is the fear coming from? And to be able to dissolve that and to leave it and not make it bigger than it is. So intuition's another one. And the last thing is, I like to have a mantra. When I don't feel like doing anything, but I know that I absolutely have to, I always think about Lao Tzu from the Tao Te Ching, which my book is based off of. And if you're looking for a copy of the book, go to KarenMcGregor.com and you'll see it there, or to Amazon. So what Lao Tzu says is that we all have experiences which can create a challenge, right? But the difference between a real true influencer and someone who's not capable of influencing is that challenge becomes overwhelmingly addictive in terms of, I'm stressed by this challenge. I can't handle this challenge. It's too much for me. And there becomes a big story around it. So a helpful mantra that I say is, do it without drama. And what I mean by that, of course, is anything that you need to get done. Can you do it without drama? Can you not get your personal mind involved and wrapped up, but simply do what you need to do? Because that's the sign of a great influencer. If you found these things helpful, please subscribe to our channel. And we have a bell notification that you can click on right there in YouTube, and it will let you know when the next videos are coming up. Have a wonderful day, everyone. To your impact.